So the question is, beyond Jeb, who will get a lot of the attention and focus, John, who do you think has the most at stake tomorrow and over the weekend here in Iowa?
Well, you think about one of the people you mentioned there, Mark, Mike Huckabee. Another person you mentioned that you didn't mention, Rick Santorum, the two people who won Iowa the last couple times out. They are languishing in the polls out there, and they're going to have to reintroduce themselves to Iowa voters. There is no plausible way Rick Santorum or Mike Huckabee can be the nominee if they don't win Iowa, so they're going to have to make a dent. And then, of course, Scott Walker, who you also mentioned, he's got to prove that he's the real thing and that he's got to keep his role going. He's been on a roll. He's got to keep that role going.
I'll tell you the other person I got my eye on this weekend and at this event is the gentleman from Texas A&M. Rick Perry has about as deep a set of ag credentials and military credentials as anybody in the race. Right. I know a lot of people in the back east where you all are dismiss his chances. But if he's got a chance, he's going to have to do well in Iowa. If not win it, do super well. And I think an ag event is a time for him to try to do what he failed to do 4 years ago, which is to be the ag candidate.
Well, he never connected really well with voters in Iowa 4 years ago, so this is a second chance for him. And then we can add the other Texan, also an important weekend for him, Ted Cruz, a guy who should be a natural Iowa candidate. The road to the nomination, if it's going to happen for him, starts in Iowa, yet he's down very lowly in the polls out there. So both the Texans have a lot of pressure on them, too. All right.
It's an interesting, let me just say quick, it's an interesting dynamic because Scott Walker came to the last Iowa cattle call and on the strength of one strong performance has become one of the two front runners. Everybody tomorrow, I think, is going to have to think about upping their game and try to leave here with that kind of game-changing performance.